It's always mind-blowing seeing something as large as a cruise ship or an aircraft carrier ripping through the ocean waves. These things are the size of skyscrapers and weigh thousands upon thousands of tons. Yet, they still float and coast through the water with ease. Adding to the grandeur of it all is how the engineers actually get the ships into the water. It's not like they send a construction crew in the water to build it. Ship launches really are a sight to behold. Seeing these mammoths being put into the water after months upon months of construction is simply amazing. Many times, the launches go as planned, paving the way for the ship's christening. Sometimes, though, things go a little sideways, and workers are forced to watch helplessly as their grand moment is thrown into shambles by the destruction of their new ship. Here are 5 amazing ship launches that were caught on camera. Fincantieri Marinette Marine, a shipbuilding firm located in Marinette, Wisconsin, was awarded a contract in December of 2010 to construct the LCS-23, a Freedom-class littoral combat ship of the United States Navy. Later, in 2015, during a ceremony at the Baseball Hall of Fame honoring World War II veterans, it was announced that the ship would be named the USS Cooperstown, the first naval ship ever named for Cooperstown, New York. Construction on the ship began on August 14, 2018. There was tons of hype behind the project leading up to the launch. Vice President Mike Pence even took a tour of the ship and gave a speech in November of 2019, touting its many technological capabilities and potential uses during war. Finally, on January 19, 2020, the snow-covered ship was put into the water. The launch went without a hitch, landing with a big splash, much to the amusement of onlookers. After its christening in February of 2020, the USS Cooperstown underwent numerous tests in Lake Michigan, testing everything from its speed, maneuverability, automation, and core combat capabilities. The ship's 40% reconfigurable hull will allow it to adapt to a number of different types of missions, a quality that its designer, Lockheed Martin, is incredibly proud of. After the final fine-tuning is complete, the ship will be delivered to the U.S. Navy in 2021. The name USS Indianapolis is a name that evokes a number of different emotions from those in the naval community. The name of the World War II ship whose crew suffered a terrible fate now serves as a badge of honor for any who are lucky enough to serve on any ship named Indianapolis. Eventually, it was announced that the LCS-17 would be christened as the 4th Navy vessel to carry the name of Indianapolis. On April 18, 2018, after nearly 2 years of construction, the ship was launched in Marinette, Wisconsin, once again being built by Fincantieri Marinette Marine. With a little bit of snow left on the deck of the LCS-17, the boat slid down the ramp and into the water, starting another chapter for the Indianapolis and signifying the continuation of a great legacy of sailors. Two days before the ship's commissioning on October 26, 2019, the crew of the future USS Indianapolis hosted an all-shipmates lunch and tour for the veterans and their families from previous Indianapolis-named ships. Veterans of the World War II cruiser USS Indianapolis, CA-35, as well as the Los Angeles-class submarine USS Indianapolis, SSN-697, were in attendance to celebrate the commissioning of the ship as well as to honor the sailors who would continue the legacy of the sacred namesake. Sometimes, launches don't really go as planned. As a matter of fact, they can go as far from planned as possible. This proved to be the case in 2013 when the country of Indonesia was attempting to launch a newly christened patrol boat. Unlike the United States, who launch their boats from the side, Indonesia employs a less advanced technique to put their ships in the water. However, unlike the side ramp launches that we see today, these inflated tube launches did not have as much of an ability to control the side-to-side motion of a ship, since the launch had the ships moving straight into the water as opposed to sideways. This was what happened with the launch of the Indonesian patrol boat. As it rolled toward the water, which appeared to be too shallow for a proper launch, the large ship tipped onto its left side, collapsing much of the hull. There were many men on the deck who had to escape. While most jumped, some were able to work their way down. From the footage, the damage appeared to be catastrophic. It is unknown if the government was able to repair the boat. It does, however, illustrate how much safer the new methods of launching large ships are. LCS-11, a Freedom-class littoral combat ship to be designed by Lockheed Martin and built by Fincantieri Marinette Marine, was announced in March of 2012. Packed with some of the latest in naval technology, this ship was made for combat. It can travel at a speed of 45 knots or 52 miles per hour while maintaining a high level of maneuverability. These are huge factors for ships who are designed to operate close to shore in more shallow waters. Construction began in February of 2014 and took nearly 2 years to complete. Finally, on January 30th, 2016, the christening ceremony was held along with the ship's launch. After naming the ship Sioux City and breaking the ceremonial bottle of sparkling wine, the alarm sounded, the locks on the ramp released, and the naval band played Anchors Aweigh. The Sioux City splashed down into the Menominee River. The ship was finally delivered to the Navy in 2018 and commissioned at the United States Naval Academy in Maryland. The first assignment of the Sioux City was to assist in domestic operations from the Mayport Naval Base in Jacksonville, Florida, as part of the Littoral Combat Ship Squadron 2. However, it will eventually be sent to the Persian Gulf, Red Sea, and Arabian Sea as part of the 5th Fleet. One of the earliest Freedom-class littoral combat ships put to sea was the LCS-5. It was not known at this time how successful this line would be. However, the years would show how useful these powerhouses were. On December 18th, the christening ceremony was held along with the launch. Sylvia M. Panetta, wife of Secretary of Defense Leon E. Panetta, sponsored the launch. As the ship was put into the Menominee River, the crowd cheered and the band played. With a huge splash, the newly named USS Milwaukee was sent to conduct its tests in Lake Michigan before ultimately being delivered to the Navy. However, as this was one of the earlier vessels designed as a Freedom-class littoral combat ship, there were some problems coming. On December 11, 2015, the Milwaukee was on its way from Halifax, Nova Scotia to San Diego, California. Early on in the voyage, it experienced a complete loss of propulsion and had to be towed to Joint Expeditionary Base Little Creek in Virginia. As the vessel was designed to operate with gas turbines and diesel engines, either in tandem or independently from each other, there was a malfunction when switching from one system to the other. But the quick action of the crew prevented catastrophic damage and the ship was able to be repaired. Any naval campaign starts with the launching of a vessel. Ship launches are not only an incredible sight to behold, but they are the beginning of a great story to be told for that vessel. If you enjoyed this video, then you'll want to click the link on screen now to check out another. You won't regret it. As always, thanks for watching and tune in next time.